Hello, ladies and gentlemen. While I'm on this theme of JFK and going back a few decades and kind of brushing the dust off my memory on all this this conspiracy case, I found another topic that I thought would be interesting today, and I thought I'd read for you. It's about the alterations made to the body, apparently, of the body of JFK while it was being transported to back to Washington, D.C., or after it got there, whatever. But I want to pose some questions to ChatGPT and see what it has to tell me. So here are my questions. My first question: please give me the facts in bullet point form for the story that I heard about a mortician's service in Dallas being required to accompany the body of JFK back to Washington, D.C., and that his wife said he was gone all night and got back very tired in the morning. Something about doctoring JFK's body, or that of J.D. Tippets' body, who was also killed on that day, who looked like JFK, and was brought to the same hospital on the same day after being shot on the same day. Perhaps both bodies were doctored. Okay. Let's see what it says about that. Okay. Here are the key points of the story you are referencing. JFK's body transport. After President John F. Kennedy was assassinated in Dallas on November 22nd, 1963, his body was transported to Washington, D.C. aboard Air Force One. Dallas mortician accompanying the body. A mortician from Dallas allegedly accompanied JFK's body to Washington, D.C. Some accounts suggest this individual was involved in preparing the body for transport or in altering it after the assassination. Jackie Kennedy's observation. Jacqueline Kennedy reportedly mentioned that the mortician returned to Dallas very late at night or early the next morning and appeared exhausted. This comment has fueled speculation about the time spent and activities performed during the trip. Body alteration claims. Conspiracy theories allege that JFK's body was doctored in some way during the journey to conceal certain details about the nature of his wounds, particularly that those that might contradict the official story of a single shooter. I didn't learn about this death until years later, years after I became interested in the JFK conspiracy. But J.D. Tippets, who looked a lot like JFK, a Dallas police officer was shot and killed on the same day as JFK's assassination. Some theorists suggest Tippett bore a resemblance to JFK and was brought to the same hospital, Parkland Memorial, after being shot. Interesting. When I was in Dallas for Delta Airlines on a layover one time, I walked all over that city, and I went out to where J.D. Tippets was shot, and the Texas Theater, and all this, and I walked it all, and I made some videos about it. You can reference that if you're interested on my channel. Okay. Theory of a body switch or manipulation. There is speculation that either Tippets' body or JFK's body was altered, switched, or manipulated to support a cover story. Proponents of this theory cite Tippets' facial injuries and the timing of events as suspicious. Medical evidence discrepancies. The theory is bolstered by inconsistencies between the autopsy conducted at Bethesda Naval Hospital and observations by doctors at Parkland Memorial Hospital in Dallas, who initially treated JFK's wounds. These discrepancies have led to claims of tampering with evidence. Conspiracy context. This narrative is part of a larger body of conspiracy theories surrounding JFK's assassination, which question the conclusions of the Warren Commission and suggest a broader plot involving multiple actors. Okay, my follow-up question. J.D. Tippet's murder was blamed on Oswald despite being killed in the opposite direction as the Texas Theater when coming from Oswald's boarding house. I have walked this myself and timed it, and there would be no good reason for Oswald to have walked in the direction of where Tippets was shot. I walked there myself too. Plus, conflicting eyewitness testimony about the man that shot Tippett makes it very questionable that Oswald could have made it to that vicinity in time, let alone have the motive to walk in that direction. Please give me bullet points on this. Here are the bullet-pointed facts about J.D. Tippet's murder and his connection to Lee Harvey Oswald. Location and timing discrepancies. J.D. Tippet murder location. Tippet was shot at the corner of 10th Street and Patton Avenue in Dallas, approximately 0.9 miles south of Oswald's boarding house on Beckley Avenue. I walked this whole thing. Direction conflict. Tippet's location was in the opposite direction from the Texas Theater where Oswald was later arrested. Oswald would have no clear reason to walk towards Tippet's murder site instead of the theater. Okay, timing issues. Witnesses claim that Tippet was shot around 1:15 p.m., only about 15 minutes after Oswald was last seen near his boarding house. Many argue it would be physically difficult for Oswald to walk that distance in that time frame. Yes, I walked it. It's quite a distance. If he ran the whole way, maybe. But why would he be running? How would he know that Tippets would show up there and that he would shoot him? And if that wasn't the motive, what was the motive of walking that direction? None of it makes sense. Okay. Conflicting witness accounts. Eyewitness descriptions. Some witnesses describe the shooter as looking different from Oswald. For example, certain accounts describe the shooter as heavier or with darker hair. Oswald's appearance. Eyewitness Helen Markham identified Oswald as the shooter, but her testimony has been criticized for inconsistencies. Witness acquittal testimonies. Other witnesses, such as Aquila Clemens, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, reportedly saw two men near Tippet's murder scene and stated Oswald was not involved, but these testimonies were downplayed or ignored by the investigators. Ballistics and evidence concerns. Just one second. Ballistic evidence. Bullets recovered from Tippet's body were fired from a revolver consistent with Oswald's alleged weapon, but discrepancies in the chain of evidence and ballistics testing have been noted. Police radio. Tippet was reportedly directed to the area near his murder site based on a description of the suspect Oswald, raising questions about how police identified him so quickly. Okay. Lack of motivation and suspicion. No clear motive. There is no evidence that Oswald had a motive to kill Tippett. His alleged behavior, walking in the opposite direction of his supposed escape route, remains unexplained. Timing challenges. Independent reconstructions like yours suggest Oswald could have reached Tippett's location in time given the couldn't have reached Tippett's location in time given the sequence of events. Speculation and conspiracy. Alternative theories. Some suggest Tippett may have been involved in a broader conspiracy, possibly as a setup or a target to frame Oswald. Interesting. Larger plot. The murder of Tippett is often linked to theories suggesting Oswald was a patsy in the JFK assassination, with Tippett's killing staged to bolster the case against him. Okay, my next follow-up question. Sure. Let's see. Okay. Oswald's landlady said that she had heard two honks from a police car, looks outside, saw it, and that Oswald ran out of the house, but I don't think she saw Oswald get in the vehicle. Is it possible that this was a fake police car and Oswald was signaled by the honks for some other purpose? What is the different theories on this? Bullet point it, please. Interesting story. I went to this boarding house as well. Here are the key points regarding the incident with Oswald's landlady, the honking police car, and the various theories surrounding it. Incident details. Oh, just one second.